Hi everyone, Messy Coder back again with another asset store review. This time it is the Steampunk pack from Il Ranch, available in the Unity asset store. Regular price, it says, is $80. But I managed to get this on one of his crazy sales for just $5 a while back. So I was very lucky, very fortunate, because this is actually a tasty little pack. It came out in 2019 though, so buyer beware, it has not been updated since 2019. It has actually only been updated once to have a couple extra materials added in. So don't expect HDRP or URP sexiness in this pack, but you do get this beautiful steampunk robot lady that runs around. She's got a lot of holes in. I think it's somewhere for the mice to hide. But other than that, you get this beautiful, if dated, city. It performs really tasty though. That's the good thing about the old stuff. Old stuff performs really well on modern computers. So that's nice, isn't it? So sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you all in a moment. So as I mentioned in the intro, this is actually on sale currently on the Unity Asset Store, 50% off what he's written down as the regular price of $80 down to $40. Now, to be honest, I can't actually ever recall a time other than now when it was $80. I'm sure it must have been $80 for a while. However, it came out in 2019. I'll tell you, it came out in February 2019, was updated in March when it just had a couple of materials. Since then, nothing else. Now, I picked it up in September 2019, and I got it along with a load of other stuff that he had for $5. Now, at that point, he had already run a $5 sale for a load of his assets, if not all of them, and I had missed it by literally hours when somebody posted it on the Discord. I was like, oh no, I missed it. I messaged him saying, are you going to do it again? And it pretty much was like, the sale's over, sale's done. Did neither confirm nor deny that they'll be doing another one, but he was like, you know, very sale's done, sale's over, if you want to go buy it. And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna buy it just yet then, because I don't need it. And I don't actually tell a lie. I then bought another one of his packs at full price after that. And I was like, oh, you know, I'll buy it. And then, lo and behold, in September, he put them down to $5 again. And I was like, ugh, I'd already paid full price for that one, and it's now $5. So I went, you know, I'll buy everything. The rest of his stuff, he has at $5, because I don't know if he'll do that again. And then the price went back up again. And then, moments later, he put them down on a $5 sale again. And in saying so, if I pop over to Il Ranch's page on the asset store, you go down here, you'll notice that he still has a load of his stuff at $5. So $5.55 is the High City, and Cyber City is $5.55. Cyber City FP $5.55. The Reading Room is $5.55. The Zeppelin, which is the one I paid I think $30 for, is $5.55. The Cyberpunk Cyber Room $5.55. God, that is an awful pack, this Cyber Room. It really is awful. Turn off the post-processing and it's like, oh, it is terrible pack. Not even worth the $5.55. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. Not even worth it. So a load of his stuff. He's still got Deep Space $5.55. Trees $5.55. The Throne Hall $5.55. Transformer City $45. Okay, and they're running. Is that going to come down to $5.50? Probably will come down to $5.55. The other weird thing was that Streetlight Vintage, these are included in the Steampunk, and they were both $5.55, well, £5 at a time. So now the Steampunk pack is up to $80. Just in time for a sale? Oh. I'm not going to say yay or nay. All I'm going to say is I've got a policy now of no longer buying Il Ranch's stuff at full price. Do you know what would be amazing? Is if this 300 pack one day comes on at $5. If this and this really shouldn't be called Cyber Tower pack, because the Cyber Tower, it's not good. The girl in that pack is amazing. That's what people are buying it for, this Cyber girl. Anyway, I digress. We're talking about Steampunk. The Steampunk pack, which is currently $80. $80 on the store. Down to $50 currently in the sale. if you need steampunk now, today, then I would say get it $40. If you don't need it today, I would say take a punt and wait for it to be maybe reduced down to $5 again, because you never know. And if you miss it now, it would be another sale. Pop it, get it again later. Well, let's pop inside Unity and see what it's like. And first things first, I've got to give him kudos for this little pop-up thing that he has at the start. I hats off to that. I like it. I like it a lot. Set your color space to gamma. Click that. A lot of times it doesn't work. It bugs out, but when it works, it works. So I've clicked that. Now it's going to do all of its shenanigans. And then it's got here maximum quality level. Current is maximum. So you click on that, and then it goes disabled anti-aliasing. Currently it's at 2x. So he's giving you these instructions to follow. It's also got package demo scene uses post-processing stack version 1. Oh my word. See, now this is the other problem, okay? The last time this was updated was 2019, I believe, this pack. Again, that it hasn't, like, visually, I don't feel it's dated. I think it's visually beautiful. However, for someone who's so heavily reliant on post-processing, Il Ranch, you are so heavily reliant on post-processing, you're still living in the past using post-processing stack version 1, and we are currently in the world of version 3. If you want people to be using your post-processing, then at least update it for the latest version. If you're going to be selling your assets at $80 a pop, full price, $40 and a 50% sale, and you haven't updated it in a couple of years, now is the time to update it. So there you go, click that, and I'm gonna turn off his anti-aliasing because he's telling me to turn it off. There you go. And then I'm closing the prompt. So I followed his instructions. What I'm not going to do though, I'm not going to put his post-processing stack in at the moment. I'm going to load up the demo scene. So you got an important and readme project. Okay, we did that. We followed your guide, and now we've got over here his little readme. This bundle includes a full modular city pack suitable for multi-level realistic worlds or sci-fi X-punk worlds. Lovely. You can design it front back using modular. Okay. Restore the size without crack. I don't know what that means, so it's good to have some crack, as in luck of the Irish. Possible to make multi-level world. So they've got a load of blah 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 blah, and then his email address down as well. Onion, Il Onion, and then Il Ranch. Maybe did he used to call himself the Onion? Is that what, I am the Onion? No, he's the Ranch. Is that what he's saying? Now, demo scene folder, city scene, girl scene, some prefab. Girl scene. We're gonna jump into girl scene, and we get a steampunk girl. So let's go and click play, maximize on play, and he spams us all over the place telling us what to do. We've already done it, buddy. And that's, I have to say, I mean, they do look pretty, don't they? They do look pretty. Pretty lady. Alright, I'm going to turn off the post-processing. Now I'm going to click play. And that's how they look. That's more like it. Don't hide behind smoke and mirrors. So they are Steam Girl. She is pretty. I like Steam Girl. I like she's a little bit robotic. It's a little bit steampunky. One little problem with Steam Girl, though, if you're looking at her here, she's obviously hollow at that part, and if I then look inside her here, it's a little bit disturbing. I mean, it's intentional. I believe it's intentional because I can see all inside her, but it's disturbing. The problem is that when you do that, you really see how thin. It's just a plane, isn't it? Really see how thin she is. But then you're not going to waste extra verts in thickening her out, are you? Oh, you could do it with shader or something. But there you go. She's lovely. I think, you know, she, a little bonus steampunk lady in this pack, I think she's fantastic. I really do. Now this is a modular pack. It is. It's modular. So you get, if I go over here to, I've turned off the post-processing by the way. If we go over here and we have a look, you get a load of things. We get this clock. I love that clock. Look at that clock. That is a beautiful clock face. It is. And it also, if you click on it, look, the hands move. You could put those on there. Not sure it's got a script or an animation on there, but you could just do it yourself. Easy enough, couldn't you? What else? Look at these. Are pretty. Oh, wow. They are so pretty. And even these got little handy wandies that can move around. Yeah, but you got to put a script on so they're all syncing the time and have them going around. That would be awesome. Doesn't have the script in there though. I would love to do what? 1 second. Just 1 second. What is this? What? Oh, it's got the face on all of them. I was going to say, what is this? So it's you would. Do you know what? I'd put these in a little group. So you got set 1, set 2. So I like he's got numbered, so you know which ones are paired. I'll put them in a little group or something. Make them easier to manage it. And give us an animation. Give us a script. I'll have to write one. I'll have to write a script that's going to sync up all of the clocks. So the clock is basically getting they're all listening to the same events. That way. That's how you do it. So you can just throw in as many clocks as you want. They'll all be listening to the same event for updating their time. What's this? A dustbin? Lovely little props. Lovely little things you got here. This is where I think, you know, okay, you look at this kind of stuff and you go, yeah, he's putting in your money's worth. A little record player. Brilliant. That's good. You know, working record player. Is that little disc? Is that disc gonna move? No. Okay. You'll have to animate that disc itself, pretending that it's the base that's making it move. Some kettles, the pot calling, the kettle silver. Advertisement boards. Roofs. See, look, compare this to Astrofish's tiles the other day, and then there's a drastic difference between the two. Drastic difference between the two. I know Astrofish has got his own little snapping problems and seam issues, but nothing compared to that. Look at that. Nothing compared to that. That is unforgivable. That is unforgivable. In my book, that is. Look at that. Nonsense. Wow. Wow. That's bad. That's bad. And you wouldn't expect super high res detail on this unless you're doing a game where you're climbing up the roof, so you can get away with that. I love how he's down here on the floor. These things have got the detail in. You know, he's got an eye. Tell you what, he has got an eye. But sometimes it's just like, you know what, you're not going to be climbing over the roof, so who cares if they don't line up properly? Because from a distance, you're not even going to notice that, are you? And then you're going to think, oh well, you know, those are tiles, are going to be breaks on there. So from a distance, you don't notice it, so he doesn't care. However, if you were running around the roof, you'd go, oh dear. But there's no need for that. There's no need. Like a little bit of extra work, and that wouldn't even happen. So I don't understand. I don't understand it. Here we got the sewer, and he knows not to waste time with many sides that you don't need. So that's a nice one. But then look at the ground. Doesn't have the quality for the ground. You can see stuff in like Lordenfell and Hill Ranch and Queris Max's stuff, and the other, I would say, high quality assets on there, or the new triple brick stuff. I mean, it's better than the old triple brick stuff. A lot of modular stuff that you get in this pack. Put on your snapping, and away you go. Snappy, wappy, wappy. and it's optimized. It performs well. There's a lot of stuff. So you can argue, you know, it's well worth more than $5. And I would say it's a lot of things in here that you can see why it's $40, $80, $60. I would argue, $80 in 2021. If you just change the textures, updated the textures and the materials for 2021, then I would say, yeah, justify keeping your $80 price. But it's a bit different. I mean, aren't assets need to suffer from depreciation in the same way other things depreciate in value, like equipment, hardware? With technology changes, the art asset can't stay at the same price. Must it also depreciate in value to compete with others? If he cares. But then he does the flip. He puts it down as $5 randomly, which is just excessive. And Viz 2K did that as well. It went crazy with some price reductions just to see, you know, as a thank you. Like, here we go, really cheap to get people in if they like it, and then you just alienate the people that have paid, you know, for full price. Even if somebody paid $40 for this, and then the next day it's on for $5, you would be annoyed. And I was annoyed because that's happened to me with some of his other stuff, like his blimp. Beautiful blimp that he's got. I was annoyed. Not gonna lie to you. I was annoyed. Woke up the next day, it was like $5. I was annoyed. Okay, so where's that cheeky player camera here? Alright. So I'm gonna turn you off post-processing because the first view we're gonna get of you is gonna be au natural. Au natural. Now let's have a quick look at the scene. Let's grab here. Ooh, swishing about. And here we go. So when I look at the buildings, okay, the models, the buildings, the walls, and this is a running theme through all Il Ranch's stuff, apart from the space sci-fi inside a spaceship. It just, models look and feel dated. They're flat, simple. The models, the meshes are simple, and it just feels a bit like I'm in SketchUp. Okay, a bit like I'm in SketchUp. Now the problem being is that he's heavily reliant on the post-processing to make that pop out. And nowadays, you could achieve lots of funky stuff with the shader. You don't need to offload it on another layer of your pipeline, which is the post-processing. You could put it on the shader, or if you don't want to invest in your meshes being more detailed. So if I compare this to something like Lordenfell Castle or Astrofish's Castle, or stuff Aquarius Max is doing, and even Triple Brick, see this technique, it's just too flat here. But when these got his post-processing on, if we where's all that shenanigans over here, and if I go to my camera, turn this on, you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean now? Post-processing is on, and you've got that, everything's a little bit darker, a little bit out of focus, a little bit blurred, a little bit shadowy, color correction as well, and suddenly it looks a lot better. And that's the argument. I've had this conversation with the publisher, the artist, and he says that post-processing is part of the workflow. It's part of the art in itself, is being able to make your assets and then have the correct post-processing to go with it, kind of like the correct wine to go with the right meal. So, which is good. However, if I want to put this in another project with other assets, I can't, unless I'm going to do some heavy work, because the post-processing won't match. It will conflict between what I'm doing with another asset pack and what I'm doing with this one. So we always say it's important that when you're buying something off the shelf, that it has consistency with your other projects. If you're only using Il Ranch stuff, again, you're not safe, because each Il Ranch pack, has its own nuances when it comes to the post-processing. You can't shove this one in with the cyberpunk and the space packs and expect them all to live happily together. It's not going to work that way. But anyway, enough of me whining about post-processing. Let's take off the post-processing so I don't whine about it and click play and jump in. Now keep in mind, we're talking about $80 now on the asset store. I will ignore the fact that I only paid $5 for this on the $5 sale. You know, you could argue that I was very fortunate to get the $5 sale. I was. Whoa! Okay, down into here. There's a lot of models that you're getting in this pack. So I'm going to say straight away that if you are getting this and you're thinking you're only going to get a few little building prefabs and things, you are going to be pleasantly surprised, because there's a lot of stuff. Look, we're in the sewer. There's actually separate sewer packs out there on the asset store, so you can actually build a nice sewer environment with this pack. Let's get back up. Can I get back up? I don't think I can. I've fallen down and I can't get up. I've fallen down and I can't get up. Okay, can't get up. So we're gonna have to leave play mode and get back in, because I can't be bothered to just drag my camera around. Good note to self: don't fall in the sewer. I would note to self: I've not seen fire hydrants that are bendy. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? So that it makes it easier when you're doing the hoses. What I think of his wood, I think that wood is too shiny, which is weird, because some part of it looks really new, but then the walls look really old. The textures are just too low quality, so the resolution of these textures are just too low. I'll show you what I mean by that crack here. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Okay, so look, that is just they're just too low in size. I think that's the biggest problem with his packs, that it just needs to put. Now if I go up here, I've put his post-processing on, and I have a look. Even with the post-processing on, it doesn't help with that. If I compare this to the Rome pack with Quantum Theory's Rome pack, that has got, you know, cracks and the walls looking old. Wow, see, little things like that. At $5, I wasn't bothered. At $80, I'd be like, hang on a minute, I would expect these textures to be better. And I promised I wasn't going to play about. I'm going to be flicking on and off. You know what? I need a button. I should make a script that just allows me to quickly turn off and on his post-processing. Wow. So every now and again, he's got some nice detail on the textures and the objects. Like here, that's nice, a nice little touch. I love these metal railings here. I think that's beautiful detail on there. It really is. It feels like it's been heavily optimized, like this is going to be for mobile. I feel like he's like really pushing that this is low textures and it's going to be heavy for mobile. But then, is it labeled as a low poly, low detailed asset? I'm not sure it is. It's a massive, you know, it's a massive collection of things. I want to say it's a huge demo scene. Don't go flipping. Don't go flipping. And I can't jump, which is really annoying. Do you know what we need to do? We need to put the game creator in this scene and use the woman as the character to run around. That's what we should do, shouldn't we? I love this love this. Now, can I turn the handle? Can I turn the handle? That's important. Where are you? Over here. Alright, so here we are. Can we turn the handle? We can! We can turn the handle! Brilliant. So that's awesome. He gets marks for that. You get marks for that, mate. And that can turn. See, this is what I love. When you've got things you can actually interact with. And the chairs look lovely. The chairs do. The chairs look lovely. Right, let's get back in. Let's get back into play mode. Nature on the trees. You know, I'm not going to insult that tree. That's a good tree. I actually think that's a good tree. Good. No branches floating in the air as we've seen with other people. Even Nature Manufacture has some floating branches that I've called him out on in the past, and he's been like, "It's a tree. What do you want?" What have we got over here? We've got another cart over there. It's the same cart. I love that glass. Just reminds me of Ali Pali. Yeah, we are going to need to put another controller in here. We are going to need to put another controller. So look, $80. Come on, $80 full price. That's what we're looking at here at the moment. I love the cyberpunk imagery he's got up there. But then, see, this is the kind of stuff that just a little bit more detail, a little bit more effort, a little bit more oomph, and this would really sing off the page. It feels dated. That's the problem. It feels dated. Let me just have a check. I'm just going to check what year was it actually made. So it was made February 2019, and then it was updated March, and he added a couple of materials. Right. Now, look. It looks lovely in the pictures. That's because he's got his post-processing on. And he doesn't actually show you any close-up of the textures. That's the models, the theme, the concept of this pack I love. However, the execution just isn't there because it's got red price Steam City. What does that even mean? You think red price is sale because it's, you know, it's coloured red. Red price is the sale price. Well, let's pop back inside. I'm going to put in the game creator so we can have a run around. Right, I've popped in game creator, as you can see up here. I've dropped in the steampunk girl into that controller, and I put the camera motor in, and we set it to the adventure camera. And I've also tweaked the post-processing to turn off some things like color gradient and chromatic aberration and the grain and the vinegars. You can turn it because you don't need all that, especially the color grading. It's just a lie. Eye adaptation, you know what, I'm going to turn that off as well so we don't go a bit darker. And happy enough with the ambient occlusion. Whoops, just smacked my microphone. Happy with the ambient occlusion, screen space reflection, anti-aliasing, and the fog. So even if you could argue about the fog, but you know what? I like the fog. Maybe tone it down a touch. No, you know what? We're going to keep the fog in. Going to keep the fog in. Right, let's run around. There we go. She is lovely. I would just say his female character models, the quality of them is outstanding. Could do with some more lights in this demo scene. We could do with some more lights in this demo scene. How does it scale with the character? What project? What asset collection would be complete without some barrels? Steampunk wooden barrels and boxes. Where would you be without? Yeah, barrels and boxes. I love the benches. It is his best environment pack. I have to say, it's the best environment pack that Il Ranch has made, and I now own near enough all of his packs. The only thing that I would have liked is these textures. These textures take advantage of modern shaders, modern technology, There isn't a PBR. This is PBR. There isn't a HDRP version. There isn't a URP version of this asset. We haven't got a nice tessellation going on. So what you see is what you get, and it performs well. I mean, if we pop over and go to the game screen and click on the stats, look at that. You know, the numbers don't lie. So even with no optimization done whatsoever, we're getting good numbers. It is not next gen console PC artwork. It could be. It could easily be. I mean, the models for these things, like, you know, like his rails, his cart, that stuff is lovely. Really is. Ali Pali over here looks great. His ironwork really is nice. Really is nice. I'm getting We Happy Few vibes from this. Okay? Really is nice. However, the low res of these textures, punish it. So, camera just going inside the ball. So that's a shame. It does, due to the textures that he's got on these packs. You get that Google SketchUp feel every now and again. So it does. That is where I think he's really let himself down. This came out in 2019. He hasn't updated it since 2019. He only updated it once. That was add a couple of textures for the sewer. I think it was just add a couple of materials, not even with textures, and that was it. There hasn't been any more work on this, which is a shame because he's happy to put his pricing back up to $80, but then doesn't do anything to maintain it. And you could say, like, it's not back, it's done. What's there to do? Well, a HDRP version or URP version, or even just updating this to say you've got a low texture version and a high res texture version. Because the way he's done it, you can he's made it so you can swap in and out the different textures. So why not do that himself? So if you do buy this on a sale, I bought this for $5, so I'm happy enough to spend my time making new textures to load up substance and get going. However, paying $80 for this, you would expect it a lot more. Now there is another or steampunk asset on the store, and that's about $70 regular price. And those are where he's competing with. If he's competing with someone who's of a similar price, then he needs to be of a similar quality. It's better than the triple brick steampunk. The triple brick one is really old now, and it's really looking dated. So I would say this is better than the steampunk from triple brick. That Liarti's guy's got one out. I want to check that one out. This is the best Il Ranch environment that I've seen, because literally, as I say, I've tweaked off the post-processing and it still looks good. $80 good? No, but it still looks good. So I hope this video has helped you make a decision. If you are willing to take a punt, getting it while it's on the sale, if you need it, $40, get it on the sale. If not, I would strongly suggest wait and see if it comes down to $5 again, because you never know. He's done it a few times, 3 times at least. He's put things down to $5. So is he going to do it again? I don't know. If he doesn't, you're pretty confident that this is going to be in the next sale. And then we have about 3 or 4 Unity sales a year now, don't we? So if you miss this one, you can always pick it up again in the next one. But you want us to click your affiliate link. Why are you telling us not to buy it now? Because if I want you to buy stuff just so I can get my affiliate change. I want you to buy stuff that you're going to use. I want you to buy stuff that is worth you spending your money on. I want you to buy stuff that is a bargain. I don't just want you to buy stuff so I can get my 5%. Be nice. That's not why we're doing it. Oh, I shouldn't say that, should I? Oh, here we go. It's said. Right, I'm going to go and see what other cool stuff we've got that's currently on sale. And I'll be back later So if you do like these videos, want to see more, click on that big juicy red subscribe button down below. Tell all of your friends or random people on the street that Messi's really enjoying Il Ranch's Steampunk pack, and he's well chuffed that he only paid a $5 for it. So if you like it, click it. Till next time. If you want to see more of my crazy videos, click on the left side of your screen now, and down below there's that big juicy subscribe button, and right next to it is the magic bell that if you click it, it will tell you if I've got a new video coming out. Till next time.